Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick trip review. I'm going to try to do this in 3 minutes or less, so let's get started. Okay, first thing I recommend is getting a travel card. Whoops, here you go, a travel card. I have the Suica card. I always laugh because it looks like Susia to me, but it's called Suica here in Japan, or you can get a Pasmo. Both of those work. You just put in a 5 yen deposit into the card and then you load it up. I recommend this just for pure convenience of not having to mess with the ticket booths all the time. You just load it up and swipe, you tap it and go through. I also recommend this because if you are going to Tokyo Disneyland Resort, you have to use a a metro, a rail system to get around to the different areas. So they have 4 different areas, which is the main station where they have like their sort of downtown Disney. They also have Disneyland stop, Disney Sea stop, and also the resorts where the hotels are at. And it's not free. So that it charges you 2 yen and like 60 cents per day, or it's just per trip, it'll be half that. So what we ended up doing was we just had the boys and all of us have their own card, and we would load it up and just tap it, and then we would stop where we needed to go. So I recommend having this card just so it's just easier and you don't have to keep stopping and buying the day tickets. Second thing I recommend is they also had, I can't find ours, but they have yen press penny stations or some, you know what they're called. So they're neat because at each different station has different ones. So you can find Mickey or Minnie, and they also have like the monorail. It has also Disney Sea, or it'll say Disneyland. And so that was one thing that it was nice to have some yen to get some of those if you collect the pressed pennies, but we do, so it was cool to have that. One thing I will say is that Disneyland is so much smaller than what I realized it was. We really could have done it in a half day and then moved on to Sea. We ended up doing 1 day all at Disneyland and then 1 day all at Disney Sea. We got to the back of the park, and normally where Dumbo is and the teacups, there's still like a walkway at the other parks that we've been to. But here we were sitting there and I said, isn't that Haunted Mansion? I said, usually that's like way in the back, but it's such a tiny park. I will say that it's very clean. People are very kind. It is Japan, so they go out of your way for customer service. The food presentation was amazing. The food was amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to Disney Sea. Disney Sea was amazing. It reminds me of Epcot. You can buy alcoholic drinks there. There are bigger rides. I can see why people prefer Disney Sea over Disneyland. We are just a big Disney family, so it wasn't even an option of are we just going to do one or the other. We just had to do both. So we ended up doing both. But it rained on us that second day and we were miserably cold, so we ended up cutting it short halfway through, drying up at the hotel, and then coming back. So I felt like we didn't get the full experience, but we did do all the major rides that you can only find at Disney Tokyo Sea. I'm going to move on to the hotel real quick. So we stayed at the Hilton Tokyo Bay Resort. It was highly rated. It was a great resort, okay? Beautiful, clean, staff was amazing. The one thing I didn't like was the price. It was expensive, and I mean, we splurged on that, but I would not stay there again. All the beds are hard, so if I'm gonna sleep crappy, what does it really matter as long as I sleep in a clean room? So that was my take on it. The food at the hotel was overpriced. It was actually cheaper to eat in the park than it was to eat at the hotel. For 5 of us to have breakfast, and that includes 2 kids were eating for free because we have Hilton Honors. With that was over 100 yen. Or I guess it'd be 100,000 yen, $100. So it was ridiculous. And the breakfast, the boys, all of us were like, this isn't even worth the cost. We could have just eaten at the park. Whereas in the States, you would think it's cheaper to eat out and not eat at the park, but the park food was absolutely amazing. You got a lot, and it was so much cheaper. We ate lunch there, and I think we paid 60 yen for all of us, and that included dessert and a cake that we all split. So it was very, 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 very good quality food. So I would not stay at Tokyo Hilton Bay again. I would probably stay at a lower budget hotel next time we to go try Disney Sea again. Um, but if you're staying with points, I guess it's a free room, so might as well just stay there. They do have a Lawson's there on site and a coffee bar, and like I said, another like high-end restaurants. Also, you can find a yen store at the downtown Disney, and at the basement they also have like a family mart that you can buy water and stuff. They weren't sticklers on their baggage check. I was like, wow, we brought granola bars, we brought water. They didn't even frown upon that at all. So stock up and bring that with you. So that is our take on Disney Tokyo and Disney Sea. And y'all have a great time. Bye.